Part 2. The legacy of U.S. violations against indigenous peoples and its global imperial echoes. In context with 4th of July celebrations. Expansion, Blood and Broken Promises, 1776 to 1900. Under the guise of liberty and progress, the U.S. government pursued systematic dispossession, massacres, and relocation of native nations. Trail of Tears, 1830s, over 60,000 native people were forcibly marched west, with thousands perishing en route. Sand Creek Massacre, 1864, U.S. troops butchered over 230 peaceful Cheyenne and Arapaho, mostly women and children. Nearly 400 treaties were signed between the U.S. and indigenous nations, almost all were broken. This period institutionalized a worldview that justified racial superiority, property theft, and settler supremacy, core ingredients of the U.S.'s later global conduct. Assimilation and erasure, 1900 present. Once resistance was militarily suppressed, the U.S. turned to erasing indigenous identity through cultural genocide. Boarding schools stripped children of language, names, and traditions. Kill the Indian, save the man, became policy. The Dawes Act and Termination era policies dissolved tribal governance and redistributed native land to white settlers. Environmental injustice continues today, as oil pipelines, uranium mining, and toxic waste dumps target native lands. At Standing Rock, the federal government deployed militarized force against water protectors, echoing the same logic that drove 19th-century Indian wars. The Global Echo, Indigenous Conquest as Imperial Blueprint. The same narratives used to justify indigenous conquest, civilization, security, order, are now deployed globally. Regime changes, sanctions, and military interventions, from Iraq to Venezuela, mirror the strategy of delegitimizing local authority and installing compliant regimes. U.S. military bases, now numbering over 750 worldwide, represent the new frontier forts. Economic exploitation, reminiscent of land grabs, occurs through IMF pressure, trade manipulation, and resource control. The U.S. did not leave its colonial past behind, it scaled it up to a global level. Estimated Native American death toll, 1492 to 1900s, in North America, USA and Canada, it is estimated that 8 to 20 million indigenous people died, with the pre-contact population around 10 million and fewer than 300,000 remaining in the U.S. by 1900. This was the result of disease, the primary killer, systematic warfare, genocidal massacres, forced removals, e.g., Trail of Tears, cultural and institutional erasure. To be continued in Part 3.